Bellingham is a kind of mixture of Zidane and a powerful player, you know.
It's not about just the goals, about the whole package. I think is really good.
It doesn't matter, 19, 29, 39. He's a phenomenal player.
I love to watch him play because he go forward all the time.
With Real Madrid players, you have the workers and you have the superstars.
I think he's in a team that helped him to be a top player, and I believe too that he's going to be one of the best.
Jude Bellingham.
Jude Bellingham.
Jude Bellingham.
Jude is a superstar.
At just 21, he's the heart of Real Madrid's midfield, a Champions League winner and the only teenager to have a jersey retired in his honor. He's already delivered iconic moments. An overhead kick on the biggest stage for his country, clutch performances in Europe, and a rise that feels unstoppable. It seems like this guy can never put a foot wrong. The sky's the limit for England's superstar. Let's dive into the glorious journey of Jude Bellingham. Born on June 29, 2003, Jude Bellingham grew up in Stourbridge, a town just outside Birmingham. Surrounded by football from a young age, Jude's father, Mark Bellingham, a former non-league footballer and police officer, registered his son at Stourbridge Junior, a local club where Jude's passion for the game first began. His mother, Denise, would later play a pivotal role in managing his career, ensuring his rise to stardom was as much about balance and discipline as it was about talent. But despite being surrounded by football, Jude didn't immediately fall in love with the game.
Like nowadays, like kids get into football. It's like, oh, when did he start playing? Oh, he was 2.5, like in the garden, kicking. Just couldn't. If any ball that came near me, I'd just pick it up and throw it back. I was never interested.
His first coach, Phil Wooldridge, shares an intriguing story about the approach of football's rising star at a young age. As soon as you put a football in front of him, he was not really interested, he told the BBC. It took a while for him to get into football. It wasn't just overnight, it was a matter of a few months. But once it did, there was no stopping him. At just 8 years old, Jude joined Birmingham City's academy, and his rise through the ranks was both swift and inevitable. 8 years later, on August 6, 2019, he made history by becoming the youngest first-team player in Birmingham City's history at just 16, starting in a match against Portsmouth in the first round of the EFL Cup. Jude Bellingham's remarkable debut season at Birmingham City was nothing short of extraordinary. It was clear he was destined for the top. His historic debut at 16, his first senior goal, and his consistent performances in the Championship didn't just make him a fan favourite. They put him on the radar of Europe's biggest clubs. Among the many suitors, Manchester United made an aggressive push to sign him. In an effort to convince Jude to join, the club arranged a high-profile meeting at Carrington. But this wasn't just a standard recruitment pitch. United pulled out all the stops. Sir Alex Ferguson was present, along with then-manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, club legend Eric Cantona, and former captain Brian Robson, one of England's finest midfielders. The message was clear. Manchester United saw Bellingham as a future leader of their team. Robson, known as the longest-serving captain in United's history, personally spoke to Jude about what it meant to be a United midfielder, while Ferguson and Cantona highlighted the club's history of developing young stars. But despite the red carpet treatment and the chance to join one of England's biggest clubs, Jude remained unconvinced. He wasn't swayed by prestige alone. What mattered most was a clear pathway for his development, and he felt that Borussia Dortmund, renowned for nurturing young talent, offered exactly that. United's efforts, though impressive, ultimately reinforced his decision to reject them. He wanted a club where he could play regularly, grow without excessive pressure, and refine his game at the highest level. And so, with unwavering confidence in his own path, Bellingham chose Borussia Dortmund, a decision that would prove to be the perfect stepping stone in his rise to global stardom. Before leaving the place where it all began, Jude Bellingham was honored by Birmingham City in a way that stunned the football world. The club decided to retire his shirt number, a a tribute to the incredible legacy he had forged in such a short time. Bellingham wasn't just a talented player, he became a symbol of hope and pride for Birmingham City fans. The club says it is fitting to retire the number in recognition of Bellingham's qualities, in the hope the gesture can inspire the next generation of talent at St Andrews. In the summer of 2020, at just 17 years old, Bellingham made the bold move to Germany, rejecting Manchester United in favour of Borussia Dortmund. It was here that his evolution from a promising teenager to a world-class midfielder would truly take shape. Stepping into a completely new footballing environment, a new country, a new league, a new language, and a new level of expectation, Bellingham faced a test that would define his career. But if there was any doubt about whether he could handle the challenge, he wasted no time proving why he belonged. Bellingham's intensity, work ethic, and technical brilliance made him an instant fan favourite at Signal Iduna Park. He quickly became a vital piece in Dortmund's midfield, forming exciting partnerships with fellow rising stars like Erling Haaland, Jadon Sancho, and Gio Reyna. His fearless style of play, relentless pressing, and ability to dictate the tempo made it seem like he had been playing at the top level for years. In his first season, he played 46 games across all competitions, delivering crucial performances in both the Bundesliga and the Champions League. His standout moment came against Manchester City in the UCL quarterfinals, where he became Dortmund's youngest ever goalscorer in the competition, a moment that made the world take notice. But for all the progress, his first major setback soon arrived. In the 2022-23 Bundesliga season, Dortmund found themselves on the verge of glory. After a remarkable campaign, they needed just a win on the final day to end Bayern Munich's decade-long dominance and lift the Bundesliga trophy. The stage was set. The legendary Yellow Wall was ready to erupt as Dortmund stood on the brink of their first Bundesliga title in over a decade. But just before their biggest game of the season, they were dealt a crushing blow. Jude Bellingham, their midfield heartbeat, was forced to the bench. A knee injury from the previous match left him unable to start. Without their talisman, the team struggled to assert dominance, and the nerves quickly crept in. Mainz capitalized, racing to a shocking 2-0 lead, leaving Dortmund with an uphill battle. Even though Bellingham eventually made his way onto the pitch in the final minutes, it was too late. The damage had been done. Dortmund fought back to salvage a 2-2 draw, but it wasn't enough. Bayern Munich snatched the title on goal difference, crushing the dreams of Dortmund fans and leaving Bellingham devastated on the sidelines. Yet, even in defeat, his leadership, passion, and hunger to improve shone through. He wasn't just a young talent anymore. He was becoming a leader. And with the football world watching, it was clear that Bellingham's next step would take him to even greater heights. Jude Bellingham's spectacular rise at Borussia Dortmund once again captured the attention of football's biggest giants, and among them was Real Madrid, a club that only moves for the very best. The Spanish giants had been closely monitoring Bellingham, recognizing him as the perfect successor to their legendary midfield trio of Modric, Kroos, and Casemiro. But they weren't the only ones. With Europe's elite all vying for his signature, the transfer saga reached a boiling point. Manchester City, Liverpool, and even a renewed push from Manchester United. But once again, Bellingham knew exactly what he wanted for his career, with his sights set on only one destination. In the summer of 2023,
huge breaking story. The next destination in Jude Bellingham's career appears to now be decided.
Real Madrid secured Jude Bellingham's signature for a staggering fee of over 100 million euros. It was one of the most significant transfers in recent history. At just 20 years old, Bellingham was now wearing the iconic white jersey of Los Blancos, sporting the number 5, the same number worn by the legendary Zidane. The question was, could he handle the weight of expectation at the biggest club in the world? The answer would come sooner than anyone expected. Jude Bellingham wasted no time proving he was more than capable of handling immense expectations. From the moment he stepped onto the pitch, the 20-year-old seamlessly integrated into Madrid's star-studded lineup. His dynamism, maturity, and leadership in midfield quickly became evident, with Bellingham taking on the responsibility of driving the team forward. In his first season with Los Blancos, Bellingham smashed records left and right. He scored in nearly every major competition, including a string of unforgettable goals in La Liga, as well as a memorable Champions League performance. By the end of the season, across all competitions, he amassed 23 goals and 13 assists in 43 appearances, solidifying his place as one of the top midfielders in the world. His contributions were instrumental in Real Madrid's triumphs that season, including securing the La Liga title, the UEFA Champions League, the UEFA Super Cup, and the Spanish Super Cup. These stellar performances not only solidified his reputation at the club level, but also earned him a call-up to the England national team for the Euro 2024 tournament. It was the next step in what had already been a meteoric rise. Bellingham was ready to prove he could carry the weight of the three lions on his shoulders as well. Despite his immense performance for England in the Euro 2024, the ultimate goal, bringing football home, remained out of reach for the three lions. In the final against Spain, England had everything to play for, but the immense pressure from the fans, who had been waiting for decades to see their team lift a major international trophy, seemed to take its toll. And it was clear that the burden of carrying the hopes of an entire nation affected the players, especially in the final moments. Despite Bellingham's best efforts, the Three Lions suffered a 2-1 defeat, marking their second consecutive loss in a European final. For Jude, the defeat was deeply personal. He had given everything, pushing his limits with every performance. But the pressure to deliver in front of a passionate fan base proved overwhelming, and the loss stung even more, knowing how close they were to fulfilling England's long-held dream. Although England suffered a crushing defeat in Euro 2024, Jude Bellingham's resilience has been nothing short of remarkable. He channeled his disappointment into a new season with Real Madrid, and once again, he has been performing at an elite level. As of now, Real Madrid are tied with their rival Barcelona up top of La Liga, with Bellingham crucial to their title chase. They're strong contenders in the Champions League and Copa del Rey, with Bellingham contributing 11 goals and 11 assists across all competitions. Bellingham's career trajectory is a dream come true for countless footballers around the globe. From his humble beginnings in Stourbridge to wearing the legendary Real Madrid shirt, he's achieved what most only dream of, and this is just the beginning. An icon for a generation of young, relentless footballers, we are witnessing the rise of a true generational talent. If you enjoyed this documentary, make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more deep dives with Next Gen Football.